Welcome back to another episode of Raising the Bar, TKJ Podcast. In this episode, we hear from David Wilson, owner of David Wilson Design. Dave, how are you doing today, my friend?
Doing good. Keeping busy.
That's good to hear. I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. Let's just jump right into it. In the beginning, how did you overcome initial challenges and setbacks as a startup?
I think that I spent a lot of time just pushing ahead and not quitting. I think that's the biggest part, is just sticking with it and knowing that I had something to offer and being the right people to do that with. So basically, I went out and I talked to everybody I could in Albuquerque.
Okay, now the line of work that you're in, tell us a little bit about it and what inspired you to start your business in Albuquerque in this field.
I'm a graphic artist, and a lot of the work that I do is vehicle wraps and large format printing. I had a lot of connections with first responders, and I had done a lot of vehicle graphics for them. So they were the first ones that I went to talk to. I made good connections. I had people that really liked me, so that made things a little bit easier starting out. That was one hurdle that I didn't have to overcome. But there was a lot of cold calling too, and just visiting people that visiting people I'd never met or talked to before, and finding some that fit with me and people I thought that I could work well together with.
Okay, now leadership is a large part of being a business owner and an entrepreneur. So, what are some of the key leadership qualities that you believe contribute to the success of your business?
I think you really have to have confidence that what you have is a quality product and that it's marketable and that people want it. You have to know that you're good at what you do, and you need to be able to transmit that to your potential customers.
Okay, now, as I said before, we see each other at networking events, and I know you get out into the community, but what role does networking and building meaningful relationships play in your business as you've been on this journey?
I think that making connections and networking is 100% the reason that I'm as successful as I am. I think that everything that I do is about who I know and who they know, the connections that I make and the connections that they send my way, um, and connections that I send their way. So it's very cooperative uh, between my customers and I.
Okay, now, along the lines of technology, right? From AI to just the simplicity of using the internet, what types of technology advancements or tools have been instrumental in streamlining your business operations?
Well, I've been using the Mac to do graphics for a long time, so I pretty much know it inside and out. So I made sure when I started out that I had basically the best computer that I could get, and it was loaded with the best software for the work that I do. I'm always tweaking it, making sure that it is as fast and stable and reliable as it can be.
Okay,
So
now, when it comes to the cost, right? As a business owner, things are going to cost. As an entrepreneur, we look at different ideas, and there's always a cost to that. So, when it comes to money, can you tell us one lesson that you've learned about money as a business owner that isn't taught in schools?
you really have to know how to do bookkeeping. So I know a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs that I talk to, they use a bookkeeper, but for me, I'm just me. I don't have a staff or anything. So I do all of my own bookkeeping. So that was kind of a learning curve to figure out how to keep my books. I had done quoting and invoicing and stuff like that before, but I'd never had to really track the entire chain of money from beginning to end. So that was kind of it took a while to get that down. I have a lot of spreadsheets that I use to keep track of everything.
I could imagine. Now, as business owners, as we move through our growth and our development, we get advice and sometimes we give advice. Can you give our listeners one piece of business advice that has stuck with you as you've been on this journey?
It would be to meet as many people as you can and to make as good of an impression as you can on the people that you meet. Because I've gotten very few jobs that I just walked in someplace and you know tried to get work from somebody. It's almost always a customer or a person that I know who referred me to somebody else, and that's how I get almost all of my work.
Gotcha. Selling 101, you always need to ask, who do you know, right?
Right.
Well,
That's what
Dave,
it's.
it really is. So, Dave, tell us, how can we get a hold of you? Some of the services that you offer. Are you online? Email, phone number? How can someone find you so they can experience the great service you provide?
Yes, so my phone number is 505 328 6163. I have a website at David Wilson Design, my .us. My email is david@davidwilsondesign.us, and I try to update it as much as possible with that's another balancing act, being super busy and trying to keep your website up to date.
Well, Dave, I appreciate you taking the time. Much success to you as you move forward. Many blessings. And I'm sure I will see you at the next networking event.
You will. Thank you.